Are you tired of feeling stuck in your marketing efforts while others seem to thrive? There's one mindset shift that wedding pros can't afford to ignore in 2025, and it's easier than you may think. So let's dive in. Hi, I'm Carissa, a marketing and business strategist for wedding pros, and I help you take the ugh out of marketing and replace it with the aha marketing moments that help you win more weddings. So in this video, I'm going to share the marketing mindset shifts that you need to embrace in 2025 to attract those dream couples and stay ahead in your market. By the end, you'll feel confident and ready to make this the best year yet. All right, what's the first one? The first one is to recognize that marketing is an investment, not an expense. So many times I see that wedding pros get stuck in marketing and thinking that they can do everything organically or that everything can be done without any type of investment. And really there is either a money investment or a time investment. If you are short on time, you may have to invest in marketing in other forms. If you are short on money, then you may have to put in more time into that to get it to go where you want it to be. So I would just want you to remember that marketing is an investment and it's not an expense, because we have the dollars that come in, we have to make sure we have enough before they go out, all of those good things. But a lot of times we get so focused on the expenses that are going out versus that they are actually helping us make more money. And so if we take and change that mindset into an investment instead of an expense, it can really help you. The one thing also that I really want you to do is look at your expenses and see, are your expenses leading back to revenue in the door? A lot of times when I'm doing an analysis or an audit of wedding pros, they're spending money on things that aren't helping them have an ROI. A lot of times we want to invest in things that are maybe saving us time, but then that's where we get stuck because they're not really helping us market and make more money, okay? Or win more weddings. So we really want to make sure we're strategic in that. And so anytime that I look at an expense I always say, how is this going to help me make more money? How is this going to help me get more eyeballs on my business? How is this going to help me get more traffic in the door? How is this going to get more leads in the door? Bookings, all of those types of things. And if I can't answer that and say, this is going to help me get more money in the door, more dollars in the door, more bookings, all of that, then I will usually try to go back to the drawing board and say, what can I invest in to get me more bookings? And then once you hit that point of having enough bookings, you can then outsource some of those other pieces and some of those other things that help you out. But a lot of times I see people will invest in the wrong things first, which then hurts their business and their profitability and all of those stuff. So that's what one of the things I really wanted to mention is to make sure that you are recognizing that marketing is an investment and not an expense, and that mindset shift can really help you. The other thing a couple other mindset shifts that I also want to share is focus on your connection over perfection. This is one of the things I've really had to teach myself over the years too, because I'm a perfectionist. I want everything to be perfect before it goes out the door, before it posts, all of that stuff. And in this marketing world, that is no longer the case. Years ago when I was in school, college for marketing, all of those types of things, perfection was a key core element. That is just gone out the window because we have so many moving parts within our marketing now. It's more about the connection versus perfection. And sometimes in certain instances, especially with some like Facebook ads, things like that, some of the raw stuff actually does way better than the over kind of graphics, the marketing stuff that might be overly done and almost too perfect. Because if it's too perfect, they think that it's not real. And having those raw elements and those raw pieces actually creates that more of a connection and more of a human element to it, that it just shines through a little bit because we're just gotten too perfect on some stuff. Remember that focus on connection over perfection, and it's better to get done than not done at all. That's the other thing I see a lot of times is that people get paralysis because they think it needs to be perfect, and then they just don't do that post on Instagram. They don't write that email because they're afraid, and now if they would have just done something, it was probably better than doing nothing. So that's the other one. Another one is to adopt a multi-channel marketing strategy. In today's world, we have to have a multi-channel, multi-tactic strategy. Piece of marketing. It used to be years back we could do maybe be on Instagram and have a website and we could book weddings. Now there's so much noise in the world. There is so much going on. There's so much traffic and so much, we get, this is a stat that I just learned, we get about 10,000 marketing messages a day. Now, only about 25% of those are relevant to us, but that's still 2,500. So we have to break through that noise, and they have to see your stuff multiple times. And if we have the multi-channel strategy, that helps do that. We get those multiple touch points versus having those where we send one email and we think that's enough, or we put out one post and we think that's enough. That's just not enough in today's world. So we need to have the multi-channel strategy, and I teach in my Win More Weddings content strategy all those different pieces on how to put them together without the stress and overwhelm, and being able to actually get stuff done within 30 minutes a week and things like that. So I've built within my content club, my Win More Weddings content club, I teach you how to do all of this because you really need that multi-channel strategy. And when I chat with a lot of wedding pros, what happens is it's their traffic strategy, which is also your content strategy, is lacking. You are focusing on maybe just one pillar versus there's 4 pillars total, and we need something in each one of those buckets. I always say we want 3 of those 4 pillars. Make sure you are having you have different buckets that you're pulling from for your traffic strategy, because that will also help you with that multi-channel and have different ways that people can come into your world. So if one kind of stops working for a little bit or something changes, you've got these other buckets and these traffic strategies that are still working. So you're not just dead in the water and have just 0 leads coming in. All right. And then the other thing, one last mindset thing I want to share is embrace testing and adaptability. This is the other thing that's happened in the marketing world. It used to be we could pretty much know exactly what to do in the marketing world to make things work and happen, especially if as a marketing and sales strategist, being in the corporate world before, starting my own marketing agency, and now I have my own wedding business too of 11 years. We used to be able to have a specific system, a process to do. What's happened though now with all of the different marketing channels, avenues, all the different markets, all the different pieces, and then we have I always say we get older, our couples get younger, and then that whole shift, we have to test some things sometimes and be adaptable. What I tell a lot of my one-to-one clients is there's things that I can get you to where you need to go, levers to pull, all of those types of things, but there's still a little testing and tweaking here and there that we do within the process to make your marketing strategy just hum along. But we have a lot of the tools that we can implement, and then there's just these little things that we need to tweak and change for your business, for your services, for your market, all of those types of things. And so the underlying foundation is the same, but then we have all these little levers. If you think of like a board with all these little levers, there's a bunch of different levers that we can pull and tweak from to help you build your strategy and make it feel good to you. So that's the other thing that I really try to do within marketing is if you don't feel good about it, you're not going to implement it into your business. I am big on not being salesy, slimy, sleazy. And so we want it to come across natural. We want it to come across caring, that you're an expert, that you're here to help. That's really how my marketing comes about, is from that helping aspect, and that shines through. And if we build that into your marketing plan, you will just see these couples navigate towards you and be like, oh my gosh, I have to work with you. What do you charge? Okay, yep, let's do it. I can make it work. Like that. Those are the type of comments and things that you're wanting to get from people. And if we do that, if we do it correctly and build the right foundation and build in the right processes and the systems and the funnels and those different types of things, use the right messaging, you're going to have people that just navigate towards you, and you're going to end up winning more weddings. Okay, so that is really what I wanted to share with you today as we head into the 2025 here. Having a good mindset is important because this is engagement season, obviously, and a lot of times we're looking at past numbers and we might be down, or maybe we had a good year. We're wondering what next year's going to bring, all of those types of things. And so this is really where I would focus my mindset is to be making sure you're investing in the right things and look at your marketing as an investment, not an expense. We want to focus on connection over perfection. Just get that marketing out there. And then once we get the marketing out there, we have data too. That's the other thing, is we can have so much data now that we know what's working and what's not, and do more of this, less of this. Maybe we need to tweak this lever, all of those good things. Have multiple marketing channels so that you're not just sticking in one lane. So if that stops working, then we've got a problem. We don't want that. And then to embrace testing and adaptability. So those are really the 4 things that I just wanted to share for this month's tip. And so hopefully that helps you get excited for 2025 and know maybe where to put your energy. But if you have any questions or you want to dive deeper into ideas, feel free to follow me on Instagram at Carissa Cruzy Weddings. You can also feel free to check out my website, carissacruzyweddings.com as well. But I am super excited that you are here in the wedding world and can't wait to see what you do in 2025.